This is Albert Jeanette with OBC. I've been invited aboard the aircraft carrier Condor to speak with members of VFA-69. Known as the Surfin' Cavalry, VFA-69 is one of the most decorated and arguably most unconventional naval aviation squadrons currently deployed. I began by asking Commander Noriko about the squadron's approach to mission planning. Can you walk us through a typical mission briefing and debriefing?
Generally, I stand in front of a large monitor and talk about what's on the monitor. Then I spend about 15 minutes trying to prevent Fatso from unintentionally derailing the briefing. Or Crown intentionally derailing the briefing.
I understand you shot down a satellite recently. What was that like?
10 times harder than it needed to be because Crown selected my special weapon rather than me.
How does your squadron build trust and cohesion?
That's a good question. Next question.
I'm here now with guest battler V, considered by many to be following in the footsteps of some of Osean's greatest pilots. Let's begin with something simple. What inspired you to become a fighter pilot? A powerful answer. How do you mentally prepare for high-G environments and combat stress? Of course, a technique not often discussed, but clearly effective. If you could fly any aircraft in history, which would it be? Bold choice. I understand they were considered to be pretty impressive back in their day. Final question. You've been compared to some of Osea's finest pilots, such as Blaze and Trigger. You've flown with some of the best pilots in the world like Cypher and Mobius 1. How does it feel to be compared to such highly esteemed pilots? Thank you. That was profound.
Oh my god, is Jeanette okay?
I think he's having a moment.
What's the most technically demanding maneuver you've ever executed?
I'm morbidly obese. Every maneuver I execute is technically demanding.
What is the most intense moment you've had in the cockpit?
When I'm 15 minutes into a 30-minute flight and realize I forgot to bring snacks.
What is your philosophy on rules of engagement?
More missiles is more better. Railguns are pretty cool too. I also hear that some jets are carrying lasers. I want to try out one of those sometime.
Moving on. How do you coordinate with other aircraft during complex missions?
I've got this backseater named Clyde. I let him handle it.
What's the most demanding part of your job?
I never understand what Fatso is saying.
How do you mentally prepare for missions with Fatso?
Dram, I mean.
Biggest difference between training and real-world ops?
I don't know. I'm just an intern.
How does your squadron build trust and cohesion?
I don't think I know what those words mean.
You know, believing your team is looking out for you?
Oh, we've got nothing like that. We're routinely cuts and runs at the slightest inconvenience.
Have you ever had to make a split-second decision that changed the outcome of a mission?
2 years ago, 2 versus 1 against CFA-44s. Technically a superior aircraft, but the pilots weren't too good. Once I realized that, I put my tenured professor hat on and outflew them.
What makes a great wingman?
Well, that's easy, being trained by me. I used to be an IP out of Red Mill, trained an entire carrier air wing.
Didn't the last wing you trained lose its entire complement due to pilot skill issues?
Yes,
How has simulator technology changed pilot training?
we have simulator technology?
Yeah. Third deck.
Seriously?
We've had them on board for 10 years.
I just had a simulated hop a few minutes ago, actually.
Huh. Well, I'll be.
How are fighter pilots portrayed in media, and what's usually missing?
In real life, there's a lot of monumentally incompetent pilots you'd never see in movies. I mean real losers. Guys who can't take responsibility, aren't as good as they say they are, and spend all their time talking in long, winding sentences that go nowhere.
Like you?
Exactly. Exactly. Wait, no, cut that.
After the interview on the Condor, I decided to consult an old acquaintance of mine. By pure coincidence, it turns out he had served a tour with VFA-69. Hello, Blaze. Albert Jeanette. It's been a while. How are you? Do you have a minute for an interview I'm conducting? So, is there anything memorable you can tell me about your time flying alongside VFA-69? Do you have anything to say with regard of the performance or professionalism of VFA-69? This has been Albert Jeanette, reporting from the aircraft carrier Condor. I'd like to thank VFA 69 for their time, their candor, and their unique approach to aerial warfare. I've learned a lot today. Not all of it was useful.